What is going on? I come here to bring you the second update to my Building Kerkoidia MOC series. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right on into it. I have a brick link. I lied. Brick order that we need to dive right on into. So let's get right on over to that. Alrighty guys, so I did get my pick a brick order in. Now this is the first time that I've actually This is the first time I've ordered from Lego Pick-a-Brick, because I normally use Bricklink. And I will say right off the rip, I'm not a fan. I don't know if this is what they normally do, but they put everything in one bag. Is that normal? I don't know. But I'm not a fan of that because I got a bunch of different things in here. But I'm going to open this up, sort it all out, and then I'll show you what I have. You see a little sneak peek right there, but let's do that real quick. All right, so I realized when I was sorting this stuff out, kind of how dumb I sounded, because isn't the whole point of Pick-a-Brick that it's kind of all in one container, one bag? Anyway, so I sorted it out, almost. Well, not almost, I did. And I got 400 of the olive green 3x3 plates. They are cheaper on Pick-a-Brick than Bricklink at the time of this recording, so that's why I did that. Got 400 of them, so that'll cover, like, you know, not that much, but that'll get us a little bit further than what we are currently. I got 50 or 60, I can't remember, of the 2x2 in olive green, because there are some sections kind of over here where I didn't want to use like 1x2s or 1x3s here as well. Anyway, so I got some of those. I got more dark brown, which this doesn't look like it's going to be enough. I thought I did the math right, but you just heard what I said. I got some 1x1s in olive green. I already have some olive green 1x2s and 1x3s. So like the small kind of greebling pieces, I don't know what you want to call like this terrain work here. I think I got enough for that, at least a good start. And then the other thing I got are some medieval stuff. If you guys, I'm getting very interested in building some medieval like castles and MOCs and stuff. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I have been building up the collection. I got some like bardings here, or just one, for custom minifigs. I'm building up my Black Falcon army, some shields, a different assortment of swords, and the helms. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I'll get some like mini MOCs in between, you know, my main Star Wars stuff. Maybe do a little bit of that. Like I said, if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments. But this is the meat and the potatoes of this MOC. So let's take all of this and put it on that. I think I'm going to do a time lapse because I didn't do one last episode. So I guess you guys will see my building process. Let's get right on in. All right. I did indeed forget to do the time lapse. I forgot because the gap between this recording and the last recording is like 3 months. Maybe not quite, but I did get a little bit done. I have extended out this olive green. I don't even know. It from about here over. And I did the same over here in this corner. It was about right here, and I brought this over. I did say in the last clip that that was not enough dark brown. That indeed was not enough dark brown by the most minuscule amount. So I'm going to have to get some more dark brown ordered because that's not a normal color that I normally keep. Same thing with olive green. I don't know why I chose the colors I don't have to build this MOC, but that is going to look cool. That's what I keep telling myself. All right, so the next part, as I just went blank there, that we have to worry about is now the road. And that's kind of why I stopped this and picked up the camera, because I'm going to have the road curve a little bit. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. But that is what I'll do a time lapse of. And that's what we're going to get into right now. And when we're done with that, I might explain this and what I got going on here, which it doesn't really need much explaining. Let's get right on into that. Okay, so right before we jump into the time lapse, I just want to showcase this. I think I figured out how I'm going to get this curve section going. And it's a selection of snot, because this is snot, of the 1x2x3 45-degree slopes, segmented, and they are like, I don't know what the word I want to use is, interlocked. Not really interlocked, but they, kind of fit together like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a double-sided one, and then make another one of these so I can maybe have a kind of a further rotation, because this here would still end up kind of interfering about right here. So if I do one more, I think we should clear it. But with that being said, let's get right on into the time lapse, and you guys can see how this will play out, I guess. All right, so I've gotten to the point now where coming towards the end of the base plate, and so we're going to change camera position. I'm going to rip a little bit of this up. Change camera position, and we'll watch how I form this. I'm not too sure how I'm going to be doing the plating around here yet. So I guess we'll figure that out as well. I do got to place an order for some wedge plates. Unfortunately, they don't make the whatever degree angle this is. They don't make an olive green. They don't even make an medium nougat. So it's gonna have to be dark tan, which is gonna look a little goofy, but I'm sure I'll be able to figure out how to blend that into the terrain. I'm not too worried about that. But let's get this flipped around so we can get this here figured out. All right, I did make a little bit more progress off camera, the huge, because apparently I'm really bad at time lapses. I think we all know that. I did get kind of this final piece here. It's actually nicely locked into place. I didn't even realize that. I will come through and I will tile this here. Tile this off so you don't see some open studs like that. I'm not a big fan. I do need to get one more because the container that I keep all my my slope pieces, wow, keep them in. This was all that was in there, so I gotta go through my stock and get them. But I don't think that was done last time. We kind of got a lot more olive green going on there. We are going to set the time lapse up. I am going to try to smoothen this stuff out right here. I have ultimately decided not to use that piece. Like I said in the very last clip, I'm not going to use that piece. I'm going to end up doing this and just filling in the gaps with smaller olive green pieces. And I've made a realization. This is not big enough. I was looking at the kind of mock-up blueprints that I designed for this, and I have realized that the gate is going to be right here. The walled city is going to be right here. We're going to have the wall coming through. And I have this right here as a placeholder. That's where the road, this is going to be like a T, a crossroad right here. because this road is going to go all the way through. There's going to be a crossroad right here, and there's supposed to be like buildings and stuff on either side. I'm going to probably have to extend this by another 48 by 48, like 2 more gray base plates, because half the MOC is on this side of the road. And if the road's going to be right there, I can't fit buildings in that little space right there. So I'm thinking I'm going to extend it out another 2 base plates. That won't be in this clip. That won't be for a while because I want to take care of this stuff first. And that'll be probably the last couple updates. Will be that. So I'm going to set the camera up kind of right where that's at. And get this kind of sculpted out. I don't know if that was the right term, but let's get right on into it. All right. I will say I was fairly convinced that was going to fall. That thing shakes like crazy. Surprisingly, it didn't even show up on the time lapse. At least I don't think. But we got the road done for the most part. I got to touch up some of these sharper edges. Looks a little too Minecraft-y for me, but we came through. We tiled that off. Finish that up. She's locked in place. She ain't moving. These little gaps here are probably going to annoy me a little bit. I'm going to have to figure out a way to maybe tighten those up or something. But we're going to have a Corporate Alliance tank droid rolling through here. So I'm not really too worried. There's going to be dead droids and clones everywhere. Not to make it gruesome. Next episode, I mean, I'll probably start working on the wall going that way. My spacing was a little off right there. I don't know how, but that's why there's that valley. My main goal is just to get the mass terrain coverage because, you know, it's kind of all flat. We got some impact craters here, but it's kind of all flat. That's because we're going to be building on top of it. You guys know me. I like my detail. We'll come back through later and detail this up, especially with the farm. I got some stuff that I want to put around the farm to make it more realistic. But I think we're sitting pretty. I think we're looking good. Really not much more to go on with this update. So let's get right on into that outro. Alrighty, guys. So that was the second update video to building Kerkoidia. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said in the last clip, the next episode, the next update, we'll probably start working on the walls of the walled city. We'll see how that goes. But until then, I hope you have yourselves a very nice day.